All right, you are live. I love seeing that. What's going on, everybody? Let's see here. Very good. Okay, so let's go over this crude oil trade that we're in right now. Okay, so 4-hour chart. We are in an uptrend. Very strong uptrend, and we are early in this uptrend. Okay, very early in the uptrend on that 4-hour chart. Trend cloud is green, candles are green. Now, the only thing that we had going against us at the time is that we were, correcting down. Where does this correct down into? Well, it corrected down into the 1-hour demand zone. Okay, this is exactly why we have trend cloud on our chart, to show us price action. Okay, where is price action coming into? What is going on here with my... Well, hold on a second here. What's going on with my chart here? Hang on a second, guys. Sorry about that. What in the world? Oh, for crying out loud. What is going on? How did this happen? Okay, well, we've got to manage this trade. So we want to take out one contract, scale out of this position right here. So we're going to sell one right there, and scale out of the position, and then we're going to track. We'll take this as far as it's going to go. I'm not sure what the heck. What in the heck is going on here? I'm not sure what's going on with that chart there. The chart got messed up somehow. But we are in this trade. Okay, so again, 4-hour chart, uptrend, pulling back. Where does it pull back into? Pulls back into the 1-hour trend cloud, which is also up. Kazi, what's going on, buddy? We're in an oil trade right now that pulled back into our 1-hour demand zone here. Now, at the time this was pulling back, it actually pulled back very early in the morning. We had this whole demand zone here, okay, set up. So it pulled back in the middle of the night, right around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and bounced out of there. Let's see if we can put that third. That's very unusual. Oh, good. You're in that also, Kazi? Excellent. I am not sure what happened to my chart here. I'm not sure what the heck happened. Ah, there we go. Okay. Holy mackerel. That was bizarre. Okay, so we're almost out. We're almost hitting that target, and I've got my target right at the top of that 1-hour, the body of that 1-hour candle there. If we go to the 5-minute chart, let's see, do we have no trend cloud signals on there? If this stays strong, what we're going to have by the time this reaches this target or even goes a little bit past it, we will, yes, exactly. Only thing is momentum is not exactly. That's exactly right. I am so glad that you said that, because now you're aware. Now you're aware that, hey, momentum's against us. We need to pay attention because this might be short-lived, right? So again, your trend cloud is going to say, hey, be aware of this. I'm so glad that you said that, because that's exactly what you should be saying to yourself. Yeah, so it just gives you a heads up and lets you think, okay, well, you know what? We're in this trade. We took the pull back into the demand zone. It was just resting there, and we are in an uptrend. And at the time, we did have momentum on that middle time frame, and it pulled back into the demand zone in the middle of the night, where it did pass, below negative 100 there. Okay, so very, we understand that we need to be cautious. Let me get off of time here. And starting to pull back. Now we have trend across all 3 time frames. Are we still cycling up here? We are still cycling up on that middle time frame there. Okay. And if this pulls back, we will pull back into that 5-minute. We will pull back into that 5-minute trend cloud. Hang on a second, guys. Hold on. All right. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. I'm having a mattress delivered today, so I have to keep an eye on that. So yeah. So starting to pull back on that 5-minute chart, 15-minute chart. We should have enough to get us, to get us to that point there. And then we've got the opening range to think about as well. Let's take a look at platinum real quick. We did hit, platinum's already hitting that ADR checkpoint, that average daily range. PL, oh, nice. All right, PL, platinum hit 3-to-1. Beautiful. 5-minute in trend cloud. Woo! Look at that extension. Holy cow. Yeah, real nice. So Kazi got into a platinum trade here, and let's go over why. Uptrend, cycling up, momentum is up, right? Middle time frame, uptrend, cycling up, momentum is up. Hey, this is what we look for. You drop down to that 5-minute chart, boom, boom, boom. You got all these trend cloud signals here. Pretty early in the morning on the 5-minute. We are extended, so this should be looking for some kind of pullback, but we've just got way too much momentum and trend to the upside to be thinking, short. We have to wait. What are we going to wait for? How about this right here? Look at this. Rally base rally. You've got part of the trend cloud there. That might be a real nice pullback area. Real nice pullback area for the move up. And it makes sense because take a look at the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart is extended, and we are pulling back. We need to pull back below the 50 on the trend cloud to recalculate, right? We need to recalculate. So do you see how all those pieces fit together nicely? Upward trend, upward trend, upward trend. We're extended. That means we have to pull back to recalculate in order to move, back up. And it will look something like that, right? As we pull back, it's also pulling back into a demand zone on the 1 hour chart, rally-based rally. We also have trend cloud support right here. And, you know, we're pretty close to the trend cloud on the 4 hour chart, but we have momentum on the 4 hour. So we've got all this upward energy. So on the pullback with all this upward energy, we have a really good chance of recalculating and continuing the uptrend. Guys, that's all you can do is trade what you see. Put your trade plan in place and just trade what you see. We got a lot of really nice comments. I posted that oil trade yesterday. I posted that oil trade yesterday in the private group and also on TradingView. Got a lot of really nice comments from it, and it's just it's so fulfilling. It's so satisfying when you can lay out price action, you know, and watch it, you know, and watch it work. So, you know, what can we do here? Do we, you know, do we bring this, you know, do we bring this up yet? These are all the questions going through your head. What's going to happen? We don't know what's going to happen, right? The only thing you can do is be real tight with the stop. Let this thing go. It might come back, retest. 914. Let's take a look at the opening range. 5 minute. What's it look like? Okay, so the opening range is actually forming up here. We got into the demand zone down here. So it is very possible that it pulls back and retests this area. That makes sense, right? So, you know, look, we'll have to leave this alone. Let's open up this 5 minute chart here. This is the 1 hour demand zone right here. Okay. Lot of wicks, right? A lot of wicking candles, but look, it's a zone nonetheless, right? We are protected. If it pulls all the way back to the 50, which we really don't want to see that happen, you know, and as you walk yourself out, here's the 45, what the 45 looks like, the 15, consolidation, right? 15 is pretty flat. Look at the 15. Look at how we are above the 50 simple, finding support at the 50 simple. That's what we like. That's what we like to see. We like to see confirmation across multiple time frames, right? And what do we got here? Trend cloud is telling us yellow candle. That's the transition candle. That's the one we want to see, right? Turning red again. And, you know, pulling back rather quickly. Go back to the 5. And this looks like it's forming a drop-based drop. This could be considered a bear trap right now. Where's our momentum? Dangerous, right? Unfortunately, that's pretty dangerous because momentum is against us. What the heck do we do here? You know, do we take a little bit of profit? Looks like we're breaking out to the downside, but if we do pull back into here, you have to just, you know, you just gotta go with it. You know, we're already in this trade. We're already in this trade. We've got trend on our side, but momentum is against us. So that's two opposing forces. We usually walk away from trades like that. If we were looking at this right, you know, this morning, we would say, well, let's wait and, you know, see what happens. But we got into this trade around 4 o'clock in the morning because it was just sitting there. Yeah, Kazi's just like, just let it play out, you know. That's one of those things where you get into a trade and then you start to see momentum go against you. But at least you're seeing what's happening. You're seeing what's going against you, and it's momentum. So we don't know what's going to happen. So it is what it is. $100 risk, right? It's just $100 risk. We're below less than 1% of our account value. And this is what we look for. We look for these opportunities. Platinum played out really nice. And we see what the plan is on Platinum, right? We see the plan on Platinum here. Let's take a look at the opening range on Platinum. We need the 15-minute. Breaking out to the upside. And we've got an opportunity right here on Platinum. Very nice opportunity. Inside of the opening range, we've got a rally-based rally. Previous day's high. Okay, here's previous day's open. We can definitely set this up. I'm going to place it right at that previous day's high. Buy one. There's your, boy, Platinum is so expensive. Platinum is so expensive. So expensive. So what do we do here? Well, we can do that. Or, you know, we can do this. So it's got to pull back a little bit deeper. Put it right at that previous day's high. Maybe it comes down, hits the previous day's open, stays inside of the opening range on that pullback. And we're at the full Monty here, right? We're at that full $200 risk. We don't want to go over $200, you know. But look, we've got a great chance of getting in on a Platinum trade, and it has already hit. I forgot about that. It has already hit the ADR checkpoints, and now that I see that, man, I don't know. I don't know. We've already, it's probably not going to go any higher today. If it pulls back, it probably will just go sideways. But we've got everything with us. We've got everything with us on that trade. Look how the breakout took place, and it just ripped through both of these ranges. Average daily range got hit once, twice. You know, it made a really nice move. Second wave, this is the third wave, pulls back. Fourth wave makes another move up. But this is a very big move on Platinum here. Do we want to wait and take this? Might be worth setting and forgetting this one. Here's the take a look at this, guys, right here. Here's the demand zone on the 1 hour chart on Platinum. You've got that trend cloud component. You've got a ton of momentum. Maybe this takes place tonight or maybe tomorrow, right? At least we have it set up like we did with the crude oil trade, right? Dang it, crude oil. Pulling back. Okay. We'll just let that play out. I'm going to set up that platinum trade on the 1 hour demand zone and wait for that pullback. I don't think that's going to happen this morning. I think we're going to have to wait for that because we've hit the second ADR checkpoint, and I think this thing is going to slow down from here on and just go kind of hang out sideways. What do we got here? What is notifications? 4 notifications. Yeah, a lot of people liking that crude oil trade. A lot of people watching that crude oil trade. Nice comments on that. Okay. So we'll skip the rally-based rally on the retest, and we're gonna wait for that deeper pullback on the 1 hour chart for platinum. Okay. Let's take a look at gold. Okay, so 4 hour chart, right? Candles are extended. Hey, good morning, Frank. Good to see you. 4 hour chart, candles have gone extended, and we are pulling back to recalculate. Okay, how far back is this going to pull back to recalculate? We don't know, but let's try to get a good idea. Here's an ADR checkpoint. Okay, it's breaking out to the downside on the opening range. It actually formed a drop-based drop, pulled back into that drop-based drop, and man, that would have been a good pullback point there. We might still get a shot at that. We can set that up. Maybe it pulls back. Pulls back into that area. We've got this up here. We've got this drop-based drop. Drop-based drop on the 15 right in here. If we use the opening range, well, if we use the opening range, then we've got ourselves a nice little trade there. I would like to put it above that zone. Uh-oh. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I've got a mattress delivery here. Take 5. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, guys. They're delivering a mattress and they don't know where they're at, and you know how that goes. Okay. Um, so yeah. Okay. So I would feel much more comfortable with this pullback here. Let me erase this. This drop base drop here is really staring at me. And that is going to give us the best risk to reward. That would give us 5 contracts. So if this does pull back, it's a very small risk. And we would definitely, we would have momentum on our side if we could do that, if we could capture that. And it just, I mean, that just looks way better. We've got another one up here, right? So we've got all of that. I think, you know, with gold, it's been wanting to pull back. And you could see here on the 4-hour chart, look at that angle there. Breaking out to the downside. Where's this thing going to pull back to? Look where this ADR checkpoint is. I think it's heading for I think that's where it's heading. I think if we break below this structure here, we break below all of this. We break below all of that, and there we go. You know, once we break below here, we'll have a really nice chance of some sort of pullback into trend line resistance, and then we could get in on this gold trade. I don't think we're going to pull back that deep. I don't think it's going to pull back that deep. Let's get rid of these lines. That'd be awesome if it did, right? That would be pretty awesome. Pulls back, hits our supply zone, and then travels all the way back down there. That would be the $1 million move right there. That would be the $1 million move. But everything's in our favor. Everything's in our favor. We're starting to cycle down. You see that nice hook on %K. I want you guys to take notice of these cycles, because the cycles are really great timing indicator. This is a timing indicator. And when you see that black line cross a couple of times, you'll get a double cross, sometimes you'll get a triple cross, and I'm talking about this right here. Okay, you see that double cross? It crossed below, cross back above, cross below again. So it's got 2 crosses to the downside and then whoosh. Okay. Here you have it here as well. Here's only one, right? Here's only one. So the higher time frames, okay, look at all of this. Look at all these crosses before it makes a move down. Very powerful. And that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing this little bit of consolidation here. The more crosses you see on that cycle indicator, the more the energy is building up to make the move down. Okay, so just be noticed. Just be conscious of that. Anywhere to get in here. is there anywhere to get in on this? Again, we start breaking below that previous day's low, and we'll be able to take some really nice pullbacks. So if we missed this, that's fine. We missed it, no problem. We break below here, we've got plenty of stuff. If we break below here, look what we've got. We've got this right here, this rally-based rally, right? Rally-based drop. And right above it, we've got this drop-based drop. So we've got all this in here for the pullback on gold, right? So we're looking at this break below, retest, and then something that looks like that, right? Breaks below, pulls back, hits our supply zone. Maybe it goes back really deep and hits that that higher supply zone. We don't know. But look at this. Okay, what do we got now? Breaking below negative 100. Momentum to the downside. Cycling down. Momentum is down. Crossing below the 50. Complete trend reversal on the 1 hour chart. Down. Cycling down. Momentum down. Okay, down, down, down. When you see trend and momentum on your side, you've got to put your trade plan together for the downside. You shouldn't be looking at a demand zone on the high time frame saying, oh, when it gets to here, I'm going to go long. You can't say that yet. Okay, so that was one of the most valuable lessons that I learned starting off, because as a beginner, you're going to see the high time frame supply and demand zones, work tremendously well. And you're going to say, oh, wow, yeah, as soon as it gets into that high time frame, demand zone, I'm just going to buy it. Well, there's not enough evidence to do that. Okay. So what you need to do is wait for it to hit this area, drop down to your lower time frame, and start looking for that reversal pattern. You can get as aggressive as you want, guys. You can get as aggressive as you want with your trade. I mean, I say go for it. As long as you're 1% or less on the risk, be as aggressive as you want. Look for that low time frame, drop down to the 5-minute. And when you get into this high time frame demand zone, right? You get into this high time frame demand zone. What do you want the pattern to look like? Comes in, whoops. You want the pattern to look like this. Comes in, maybe hits that ADR checkpoint, bounces off. What do you want to see? You want to see a higher low, and you can put an entry point right there and say, as soon as this comes, boom, right there, you're in the trade. And then it goes sideways a little bit and then makes the move up. Okay? That's what you look for when you get into that high time frame supply zone. That's what you look for. That's the pattern. It comes in, bounces out. You got to look for that higher low. Here's your low. You got to put in a higher low. And as it's coming up, as soon as it hits that spot right there, as soon as it breaks structure there, so you can put your entry just above that pivot point. It hits, you're in the trade. That's aggressive. The more conservative is you wait for this break of structure and then you take you know, the demand zone that's formed here to the upside. All right. So the aggressive trade is to take it right at the break of that structure. And the conservative trade is to wait for the break of structure and then pull back into some kind of newly formed demand zone on that chart. Okay. Pulls back into that newly formed demand zone for the move up. And that's how you would approach taking the trade when you enter that high time frame zone. Okay. All right. What the heck? All right. So pulling back, that's disappointing. The whipsaw, right? The whipsaw moment of crude oil. Just let it play out. There's nothing you can do. Okay. So this is why it's important to scale out of our trades, right? But we had everything. We had everything on our side. Hold on, guys. Well, kind of hard to run a live stream here, but hey, this is real life, man. You know, this is what's up. Okay, so we're gonna let that play out, and you'll see some people moving a mattress in the background. What's that, Kazi? Put a limit sell on gold 15-minute supply zone. Yeah. Yep, good deal. So that pullback is going to take place. And where is it going to end? You know, where we're in an uptrend. So the idea is, where does the corrective move end? This cycle indicator is telling you that you're in a corrective move, right? You're in a corrective phase. So you have to ask yourself, where does the corrective phase end and the uptrend continue? So that's a very important concept to understand. And if you don't understand that concept, you're going to have a lot of trouble identifying where this trade, you know, where we should enter this trade. Okay. So Trend Cloud is going to show you, where does the corrective move going to end? Well, on the 4-hour chart, it's right here, right? And on the 1-hour chart, well, we're inside. Okay. On the 1-hour chart, we're inside of this right here. That's a area of imbalance, right? We're inside of that 1-hour demand zone. So which one is it going to be? We don't know. We don't know. Usually around 200 MA dependent. Yeah. So Gabrielle, that's great insight there. And what I like to do, Gabrielle's talking about the 200 simple moving average. And if you go to your Trend Cloud, double click onto your trend cloud, the one that's on the 4-hour chart, and click on 200 moving average. Okay. And you can also put the 100. I like to use the 200 and the 100 on the highest time frame. Okay. Hold on, guys. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Gabrielle, definitely 200 and 100 simple moving average. Put those, because put those on the highest time frame. And so she's saying depending on the time frame, right? So it's like, well, if I put the 200 on the 5-minute chart, it looks different than when it's on the 1-hour chart, right? So which chart do you use? Well, put it on the highest time frame, okay? Because the big banks and large institutions are using the 200 and the 100 simple, and they don't really look at low time frames, right? Remember, these guys are more long term, right? So I only use it on the highest time frame. Let's take a look at the 200 simple. That's the red line here. And oh, looky there. 4-hour chart pulls back, hits the 200 simple, bounces off of it. So, and look how it lines up so nicely with that ADR checkpoint for today, right? Go back even further. Okay, here it rips through it, right? Here we find support where the 200 and 100 are intersecting, right? When those moving averages start to compress and they're very close together, that usually means, hey, get ready, because there's going to be expansion, right? Because that's how these moving averages work. You get contraction, expansion, right? Contraction, expansion, a little contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. This is you can see how they kind of squish together a little bit and then open up. Price likes to bounce in between them and then make some kind of a move. So yeah, excellent. Definitely use that on the highest time frame. You'll be so much happier because it's going to be much less confusing. Where do I use the 200 simple moving average? On the 1 hour, on the 5-minute? Put it on the highest time frame that you're using. Period. End of story. And you'll be so much happier. Because it will be consistent. And that's what we want. We want consistency with our profits. We want consistency with our trade plan. We want consistency with what time frames we use. It's all about consistency. You got to make that a part of your lifestyle even, Okay, nice. So we're starting to bounce back out of there. It pulled into that, it's pulling into that 1-hour demand zone. Let's just turn that green. We'll make it a different color green. There we go. And it's going to bounce around in there. We're nowhere near any ADR checkpoint. All right. So this thing still has ways to go. So as of right now, we're looking at this and we're saying bear trap, right? Broke out to the downside. We're hoping that it's a bear trap, right? We're hoping that it's a bear trap. Last 2 weeks. Yeah. Last 2 weeks of the challenge. Doing very well, right? We're shooting for that 8%. We did 24%. We did 24%. last month. I took some snapshots of it and I posted it, but 24%, guys, for February. So we'll see how March turns out, and I think we're gonna get close to that as well. Yes, exactly. Dun dun dun. The Kazi money bags. Hey, we're pulling out of that. We're pulling out of that demand zone. Guys, we're pulling out of that demand zone. Take a look at that cycle indicator. We are starting to cycle up. What we have to be careful of, right? What do we got going on here now? We've got a drop-based drop here. Okay, so this has to be a target now. Unfortunately, that's got to be a target. I'm going to take the target right here. Sell one where we have to now, right? Because even though trend is with us, momentum is against us, right? So we would scale out by taking a target here and then hoping that, it breaks structure and starts moving out. So we'll remove that. And that's going to be a little target for us. Okay. 16%. Nice, Kazi. Yeah, 16% on the live account. So Kazi went through his process, building out the trade plan, learning Trend Cloud, going, getting through the courses, going through the simulator, and then into the live account. That's exactly how you should be doing it, guys. Okay. So that's your living proof right there. We got a new member yesterday, Ron. Ron just joined up yesterday. I don't know if he's in the room today, but we want to welcome Ron to the group. And he's just getting started. So come on, crude oil. Let's make a nice move. We'll get something out of this, and we will be very happy with whatever the outcome is. Right? Yes. Welcome, Ron. Okay. Gold, I don't think gold ever came back. Gold never came back. Let's clear the chart here. Okay. Let's open this up. And let me close this out and recalculate. I want to take a look at this. Now, look at how, if gold does pull back to this area, look at all the structure we're breaking, right? We're going to break that structure. And, that might push us past this. Now let's put the opening range on there. And it would be above the opening range. So we're breaking a lot of structure. I believe they call that a come around trade, right? At Online Trading Academy. If you went through OTA, that's what they call that. And we don't really like that, every time you break structure, listen to this, every time you break a piece of structure, it gives the price action a little more oomph, it gives it a little more. So it's like it breaks structure and it's like, and then it breaks structure here. And it's like, so that's what tends to happen when you break structure. It gives it a little bit of a pop, so as we pull back, as we are pulling back into this area, that's why you want to see a lot of downward momentum, okay? And we've got it here. We're cycling down. We're almost crossing negative 100, right? We're almost crossing negative 100. So this is going to have to go sideways and just sort of bing, just kind of hit it. But we really need to see that. We really need to see that structure in place first. I want to see that cross below negative 100 before I see any kind of, any kind of pullback. Now we are pulling back into here. Let's not forget that. Okay, so we are pulling back into this zone. We do have the crossover. So this is possible. It is possible. How expensive is that? We can take a small risk. How about we just take 2 in the middle of that we're going to say we wanted to retest the bottom part of that opening range. Okay. We've got the crossover on the middle time frame, so trend is down. The we're not exactly what, bro? What is this? Okay, bye. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What, bro? What is this? Oh my God! Look at this guy, Ukanusha, with the mask. Oh my! All right. He says bye. Okay. All right, Ukanusha. Yeah, so we can hit that. We could hit that bottom part of that supply zone there. We can hit the bottom part of that supply zone, and still get in on this. Okay. A small risk. Crude oil. Trying to make its way. So crude oil here. Crude oil is finding support here. Crude oil is finding support, and if we break through I would say if we break through all of this, we're probably heading deeper. Wow, momentum is really against us here. Not really sure what's going to happen there. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Okay. Be great to get in on gold. Silver. Okay. Let's start paying attention to silver, because silver is extended on that high time frame. If we start to hit this ADR checkpoint on silver, if we start to hit that ADR checkpoint, how far up is that? Here's your low, here's your higher low, break of structure. Silver's pretty expensive. Can we make it? Can we make it to this ADR checkpoint today? We've got trend. Here's the retest, right? Kazi likes to trade the retest of that opening range. I mean, of the retest of the trend cloud signal. Trend cloud signal breaks up, retest of trend cloud signal, and we're starting to move back up again. Silver is so dang expensive. I mean, good night. Yeah, that's just too expensive. Too expensive. Look at the 4-hour chart here, guys. Look at how here's your high, pulls back. Here's the higher high. Look at your momentum filter. See this? See how this peak is higher? Wow. Look at that, guys, to the tick on gold. We just got into gold on that supply zone there. And a really nice rejection off of it. Crossed below negative 100. Starting to get the yellow transition candle on the high time frame. Okay. Okay, let's see. Double cross up here, double cross on the 1-hour cycle. So we could expect some kind of pullback on CCI to look like this. Pulls back. CCI will pull back to that 0 line and then make another move down. Okay, that's how you can follow that CCI line as well. All right, we'll let that we shall let that play out. If it goes a little higher, takes us out at $32. No big deal. We'll see. This is what we were looking for, right? That's what we were looking for. But that's really high. We want it to take off from the bottom part of that opening range. So here's the first test. It breaks structure, retests again. Let's see a nice move. Let's see a nice move out of this. Let's see a nice move out of that. Crude oil struggling. Crude oil kind of on the struggle bus. Okay. We'll take a quick look at the opening range on the S&P. S&P, we're just starting to break below. Just starting to break below the 50, breaking below the 100 simple. Here's your transition candle, yellow transition candle here. Really nice downward move on the 1-hour chart. Cycling down, momentum is down. Breaking out to the downside on the opening range. Really, really nice looking for a nice move to the downside, right? Almost hitting that ADR checkpoint. We actually almost hit it around 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're at 10 a.m. and we're just about done there as well. So, you know, once you hit that ADR checkpoint, it's like, all right, well, now we really gotta, we're probably just going to go sideways. Where's it going to pull back to on the 15-minute chart? Well, somewhere in here, right? Somewhere in there. Crude oil making a move. 10 a.m. reversal. Look at that. 10 a.m. reversal. Come on, crude oil. Do something. I'm almost tempted to just get the heck out of crude oil with all that downward momentum. We don't know what's going to happen. See, it's pulling back into that. It's pulling back into that trend cloud. It's pulling back into that trend cloud, and I think we need to just get the heck out of crude oil because it's pulling into the trend cloud and then it's dropping. You know, a lot of momentum to the downside, and we really don't like that. We really don't like that. All right, let's close. Let's close out of crude oil here. So sometimes that happens, guys, right? You get into a trade, momentum goes against you, and it's like then just look for your escape route. That's all. Not all of them are gonna work out. It worked out beautifully for a little while, right? Got into the trade 4 a.m., went up to like $100. Just starting to make the move on gold as well here. But I think maybe we get the heck out of crude oil. So I'll monitor that. All right, guys, it's 10 a.m. Very good working with everybody today. Ukanoosh. Hope you had fun, Ukanoosh. Maybe we'll see Ukanoosh back another time. All right, everybody. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.